Deep in the mountains of Samar Island in the Philippines, there's a mysterious city that doesn't seem to play by the rules of reality. It calls to wanderers with promises of comfort and wonder, but just when you think you found it, it's gone. Not just hidden, but erased, like it was never there. This is Biringan City, a phantom metropolis whispered about in hushed tones, mapped by no cartographer, yet etched in the memories of those who have claimed to have seen it. Today we're diving into the folklore, the accounts, and the satellite anomalies. Let's talk about the enigma of a city that exists in the cracks between worlds. To understand Biringan, we need to understand Samar, the third largest island in the Philippines. Ancient mountains covered in mist, deep mysterious caves, and incredibly dense rainforest. It feels like a place where secrets could hide. When people go missing in Samar, locals say they're in Biringan. In the local Waray language, they call it Bilingan han mga tao na nagwawara. It translates to the place to find lost people, or you could call it the land of the lost. And it's not just some small village. Stories describe a massive shining metropolis, almost futuristic, gleaming towers, advanced tech, but existing in another dimension, like an invisible layer over the real Samar landscape. It doesn't show itself to everybody, it only shows itself to certain people. Or maybe it only shows itself when you're truly lost. Then they're the Encanto, spirit beings that look almost human, but unsettlingly beautiful. Too perfect, flawless skin, shimmering hair, eyes that reflect light weirdly. They're considered beings from a parallel dimension that overlap with ours. Biringan is a city that operates by different rules, maybe different physics. The stories of encounters are wild. Seafarers report seeing dazzling city skyline suddenly appear above trees at night, then fade away. But it's not just seeing things. Their equipment goes haywire, compasses spinning, engines cutting out. The physical effects suggest more than just an optical illusion. Drivers on remote Samar roads tell classic hitchhiker tales, picking up someone well-dressed and polite, but something's off. Maybe their eyes catch the light strangely, or they vanish from the backseat, leaving behind a weird scent like flowers that aren't local to the area. Then there are bizarre industrial stories from the 80s. Companies getting huge orders for excavators and bulldozers, millions of pesos worth, delivered to coordinates deep in the jungle. The next day, gone. No tracks, vanished. Who orders that? Not for building something big. There's also the businessman in the late 80s who stumbled upon a city more advanced than Metro Manila, saw incredible things but could never find it again. And soldiers in the 90s claiming they were rescued by people from Biringan with medical tech way beyond ours. Certain details keep appearing. The inhabitants' unnerving beauty, the fact that they never eat in front of outsiders, and electronic malfunctions, phones, cameras, and GPS. They all fail near where Biringan supposedly is. And then there's the time distortion. People spend what feels like hours there, but weeks or months pass in our world, or the opposite, living there for decades, returning to find only a day has gone by. And some don't come back at all, believed to be kept by the Encantos, lost between worlds. How do we explain all this? Skeptical viewpoints point to mirages. Samar's misty terrain could create optical illusions. Psychological factors too, being lost and scared could make your mind invent a city. Stress and fear can induce hallucinations. But here's what's interesting. Samar has actual history with vanishing cities. On Tabao Island in the late 1940s, 6,000 Russian refugees fleeing communism built a complete temporary city. Churches, schools, theater, everything. They lived there for 4 years in what locals call Tiempo Russo. Evidently it dissolved. The exiles moved on, leaving only memories and an actual vanishing city. So Samar has this known history of dreamlike communities appearing and disappearing. Does that make Biringan feel more culturally resonant? It shows the concept of a city existing and then not existing, having a historical echo. But consider the consistency. Different people, different times, same basic description. Shining city, beautiful beings, tech failures. Why such similar details across decades from unrelated witnesses? The bigger theories, a parallel dimension, Biringan existing alongside our reality but out of our phase, like different radio frequencies, or time travelers maybe. What if Encantos are humans from our distant future studying us? Their advanced tech would be normal for them. Their beauty might be future evolution. It reframes them completely, not supernatural, just way ahead of us. Even modern tech bumps against the mystery. Satellite data shows unexplained bright spots in remote areas where there's nothing on the ground. Investigators consistently report electronic dead zones in geometrically defined areas. A 2019 report found a perfect clearing deep in the jungle, like a landing pad. Going back later, it was completely gone. And those impossible purchases? Families getting expensive gifts supposedly brought in by missing relatives. Real receipts, but money that can't be traced. That implies interaction with our financial system, less folklore, more hidden power, which arguably might be even more scary than ghosts. There's another side to the legend: healing. Incredible healing powers attributed to the Encantos. Terminal illnesses vanishing, bones mending impossibly fast. But they can also curse, disrespect them, harm their environment, and that healing power turns dark. They can be incredibly benevolent or terrifyingly punitive. Our traditional warning makes sense. If you're lost in Samar and you see lights, be grateful, be polite, but don't forget you're just a visitor. Don't get drawn in too deep. Fully accepting Biringan might be a one-way ticket. You might never get back, or return to find so much time has passed that your whole world has moved on without you. So Biringan, a place where reality feels thin, where myth meets technology. In a world that feels increasingly mapped out and explained, maybe we need mysteries like this. It keeps wonder alive, a reminder that not everything is known. So here's something to think about. The next time you're somewhere unfamiliar, late at night, and you see strange lights where there shouldn't be any, remember Biringan. What would you do? Would you go check it out? Or would you walk away?